What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We are here on the free-to-play account for the Road to Max Rank, and this time around we are doing the 43rd World Tournament. Now this World Tournament has added two new things to global outside of, awakenings and stuff like that, right? Rewards are most or less the same, but the new tournament card, if we go to the rewards tab, is the Champa, which is kind of like whatever, right? We need a proper representation of Champa in the game. Like, that needs to exist in some way, shape, or form, right? Considering like the Angels, which barely do anything in Dragon Ball fighting wise, you know what I mean? Have representation, proper representation in the game, right? But Champa, a god of destruction, doesn't, right? And he's one of the older characters, because I believe Fizz Champa has been around for a while, right? For a very long time. But that's besides the point. But Champa is a World Tournament reward card this time around, so very exciting. And finally, the new local LR is here in the form of Jackie Chun, man. Absolutely amazing. In order to get 2 copies, you gotta get first place, right? All that stuff. Very exciting. Jackie Chun is actually really good. He buffs, a whole bunch of weak categories, and he himself is actually really good. But people are going hard right now. So I'm definitely aiming for at least 1 copy of this guy, to the best of my abilities, right? I'll try to go for that first place, dude, but dude, I looked at my local rankings and somebody's already at 100 million. So it's only the first day. So, we'll see how this plays out. I don't think I'll make 100 million, but we'll see. But yeah, so let's go over the teams that I'm going to be bringing for this endeavor. I haven't pulled up, so there's only 2. There's probably going to be multiple variants of this depending on how I feel. So it's this one and this one. So this one is the one that's participating, because there are missions associated with the World Tournament, like every other World Tournament. So you have your mission tab, and then you have your dailies. The dailies is simple, just win, right? The mission tab is use 1 character that is at least part of the World Tournament category, 1 character that's part of the Beyond Super Saiyan category, and 1 character part of the crossover category. So the Super Saiyan 4 full power Vegeta fulfills both the Beyond Super Saiyan and the crossover requirement, and the duo Super Saiyan Goku Jr. and Super Saiyan Vegeta Jr. Fulfill the World Tournament aspect, and they're an LR, so they'll give you bonus points. So this is the squad that I'm going to be running for 7 wins to get all the missions done. Then immediately, once that finished, this is the squad that I'll be running for the rest of the World Tournament. I thought about running multiple LRs, like more LRs to get more points, but the scarcity of my resources, I don't have an abundance of Ghost Ushers, so the Chaozu and Jocko are definitely going to come into play. I might swap one of them out just to earn more points, but that's going to be a like here and there kind of a thing. But who would I swap them out for? Honestly, I would most likely do another LR, and I guess one of them is on screen. I would probably do Spirit Bomb Goku, because he'll allow me to get rainbow orbs and stuff like that, and it'll be really good. Another option for like the LR side of things, I mean, I could give myself some support, you know what I mean, with Goku. I'll probably end up doing Goku because of the cost. It's the cost. So the higher your team cost is, the more points you get. So the more rewards you get at the end. So higher team cost is good. If I was going to do like a max thing, I would replace Chaozu and Jocko with the free-to-play Super Battle Road Gohan and the Super Battle Road Goku, right? Those 2 I would replace to have as high of a cost as possible, right? And then Majin Vegeta is here because he's a good AoE character, and stuff like that, which is awesome, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and participate, and let's do 1 round. I mean, I guess I could show the missions. I'm also farming on my main account as well, so if I a little bit off. But yeah, no, there's a whole bunch of missions to do, right? Your weekend summons. Oh, that's another reminder. I probably should say this now. This is the last weekend up until the next time they do release weekend summons again, to do your summons. So this is the last weekend to do your weekend summons. So just let you guys know. Unless you want to save them. There's always that aspect, right? I do that on my main account. But these are the missions. So you can see that it's, you know, Beyond Power, Super Saiyan. It's World Tournament, and then there's the crossover. So, you know, there's a million combinations to do this with, but I found the Vegeta being one of them, because he gets a little bit of his passive with full power, and if you pair it up with Broly or something like that, you can get something, right? But let's do the last three that I have. I did the preliminary because that's boring as hell, right? And it just takes forever. It's just a tedious thing to do. But this is the team that I'm going to be running for 7 wins. And then the moment I get to that 7th win, I'm gonna swap to the next team that I just showed you. I might actually swap out Jocko and Jacko and Chaozu, if I'm being totally honest, because I really want the extra points, right? But then it turns into something like this, right, where it's like they super or they attack in the first slot, and like in later or in higher tier rounds, it's like if you don't have an abundance of items, it kind of becomes a real pain in the ass, right? And I did a bad job of prepping for the World Tournament in the form of getting items, right? I did not stock up on Ghost Ushers. I did not stock up on King Yemas. I did not, you know what I mean? I didn't do any of that. So, but that's going to be my next thing, next World Tournament, is that I'm going to focus on prep work for the World Tournament, right? A lot of Ghost Ushers, a lot of support items and stuff like that, for sure. Link leveling, all that stuff. I think the big thing too, I mean, that I was focused on, and I'll show this here once we go into the next round, is that I was linking up my Broly. So my Broly is actually up there in links, dude. He's like an average in 8. I would say an average 8. So he's up there, right? So he's getting up there in links. And I believe the Captain Ginyu one is also, I'm also link leveling as well. So there's a lot of stuff there. So here's another thing I want to talk about, and I guess I could talk about here while showcasing Broly. Broly's really good, right? He can triple super, he can do a lot of damage, right? And he gives himself a lot of attack and stuff like that, and he guaranteed double supers. Like, he's really good. I don't need it if it's Jocko attacking me. I'll be perfectly fine. But it's like this. So Broly's good. Broly's really good. He pairs up very well with the STR LR Broly as well, right? They share a whole bunch, they share good links and all that stuff, right? The thing of it though is that if you're fighting STR characters, which they're still one of the very dominant World Tournament characters is LR, you know, STR Broly, there are scenarios that I can envision just by experience that you're not going to kill that Broly unless you crit, right? So you build, you know, Fizz Broly with a bunch of crits. You don't need to give him additionals, right? You build him with crits to utilize his additional capabilities, right? But I still feel that the STR Piccolo, the AoE STR Piccolo, is the superior version to run as like your main staple card for World Tournament. Now, the reason I say this, and I'll continuously say it, it is because he guarantee crits when facing multiple enemies. Like, that is what he does, right? That is who he is, and that makes him like insanely good. Previously, I had a team, I think it was last World, yeah, no, it was last World Tournament, where I ran him as a leader, and then I ran a whole bunch of like other characters, right? And I run 2 Piccolos, and all I did was focus on Piccolo, right? And then Piccolo one-shotted every single fight that he was part of, no matter who was on rotation. Because you get the AoE bonus, you get the orb increase bonus, like 35%, right, through his own leader skill, and then it just shoots up, right? So, and then he gets a lot of SCRs, and then he just wipes the field. Actually, the AoE team is that 3rd team that you guys saw in the column. I'll show it here, because I'm literally gonna jump back in. It's this team right here. This is the team that I ran for the AoE Piccolo. And I didn't rely on nobody else. Majin Vegeta is just there to be Majin Vegeta, right? But it was literally just an AoE Piccolo, right? I can easily change this to this. And then do this. But like nobody runs him. That's the big thing about him. That's the negative side of Piccolo. Is that nobody's running that Piccolo, which is very unfortunate because that Piccolo is actually really, really good, right? I do prefer him over Broly. Unless you have a Link level 10 Rainbow Broly, then, you know, don't listen to me. But I think the guaranteed crit is more valuable than a double super. Because if you could just kill in one turn, why chance to kill in 2 turns, right? And see, this is the kind of rotation that I would get. And then he'll just wipe the field. Even at 30 times, he just wipes the field. So that's still a viable strategy. You can also use Krillin. You can use the Fizz, what's it called? The Fizz second form Frieza. You can use that AGL final form Frieza that supers everybody. If you have Grady Vegeta, he's a good option as well. Majin Vegeta is still a very good option as well, right? STR Broly, Fizz Cell. Like, there's definitely a lot of characters that definitely can AoE very well, right? So, there's not really a lot to put off there, right? But I just advise that maybe bring that Piccolo, because he gives himself orbs and he guaranteed crits and beats the crap out of everybody, and he's fantastic. But with that being said, guys, I do appreciate you guys watching until the end of the video. This is just me ranting, showing the team off, stuff like that. There's a million combinations you can do. I think the big one, run a rainbow leader so you can run whatever leader you want, unless you want to run a movie boss team, which is entirely doable with double Broly, right? With Broly's leader skill, you'll definitely get more, you know, stats out of him, right? And you can run, you know, AGL Turles and stuff like that, full power Sin Shenron, STR Sin Shenron, right? And he can get full power increase and stuff like that, and he debuffs the enemy. That's definitely a good option as well. I was hoping that he would get that. But yeah, so I'm out of here. Let me know what kind of team you're running, if you're going for max points or something like that. I didn't bring Lemo. That's so bad. Let's just do this. Yeah, I brought Chilai. I did not bring Lemo, unfortunately. All right, but I'm out of here. Let me know how far you guys are gonna go. Are you just gonna do 30 million and just get it over with, right? Or are you gonna actually go further beyond? And all that stuff. I'm gonna try my best to get up there, bro. I am gonna give it as best I can and as resource heavy as I can, right? But you can only do the world tournament so much before you want to, you know, jump in front of a Kamehameha. That's a good way of saying it. But it's just how I look at it, right? So I'm out of here. That's like the 3rd time I've said it, but hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Take care.